Have you ever been in a situation where you fully committed to eating better, you cleaned up your diet, you started getting leaner, everything was going well, but then you have a major life event happen? You might have moved to a new city, gotten a new job, moved in with a loved one, became a parent, and then things suddenly got a lot more difficult. It's as if you were playing the game on easy mode, and then suddenly someone went behind your back and set it to the hardest possible difficulty. You kept failing time after time. One bad day turned into a week, the week turned into a month, and you kept saying that you're gonna get back into it, re-motivate yourself, recommit to the process, but you never regained that momentum. And before you know it, you regain all the body fat you've lost, and now you started gaining new body fat. And you kept trying to go back to the old plan that worked before, but it wasn't enough. You just kept digging yourself into a deeper and deeper hole. And if this is something that already happened to you, or if you're someone that's looking to get lean and you wanna prevent this from happening, that's exactly what I'm gonna talk to you about in this video. I'm going to share with you what you need to know to prevent this and to make sure you can finally reach your fitness goals. And we are not talking about any kind of quick fix here, because building habits takes hard work and discipline, but I can promise you that it will be well worth it. So let's dive right into it. First, we need to talk about your plan. Do you have a plan that you can follow for the rest of your life? In other words, is your plan future-proof, or is your plan a temporary plan? Because if your goal is to just lose some body fat in the next 3 months and then you're okay with regaining it, well, you don't need any of this stuff. You can just go do whatever diet you want to do. But if you want permanent results, well, then it's not even about losing body fat. It's actually about losing the old lifestyle that got you that excess body fat to begin with and replacing that with a new lifestyle that will help you get lean and then stay lean. And why do people fail at changing their lifestyle? Well, they keep falling off track because they rely on willpower alone as a way to stay consistent. And the problem with that is that willpower is the first thing that goes out the window when life gets stressful. And to make a truly lasting change, we need consistency and routine and repetition over a longer period of time to form habits. And one of the best ways to do that actually is to engineer your environment to make good habits easier to do and make bad habits harder to do. An example of this would be to have a refillable bottle of water right next to your computer so you can stay on top of your water intake a lot easier. That means the environment is working for you. A great resource on building your environment and in general habits is Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's a book that if you haven't read already, I highly recommend it. And one of the other things that you can do to really help you create this lifestyle change is to become a master at preparation, especially if you're someone who's never been very lean. If you end up in a restaurant and you only have 150 calories left for that day, well, you are now in a lose-lose situation. You didn't fail in that moment. You've actually failed earlier in the day and earlier in that week because you didn't prepare properly. If you invest 5-10 minutes to organize your diet, to plan out your calories, your macros, you automate grocery delivery, you have ready to go easy templates and plans and contingencies, well, now you have a system, and a system is going to deliver consistent results while you making decisions on the go, which depends on your emotional state, depends on external factors, depends on a lot of different things. Guess which one is going to work long term? The system is always going to beat out that person that's just randomly making decisions. So if you become a master at preparation, if you organize your environment, I'm very confident that with those two ingredients in place, you will now be able to create that plan that's going to work long term and that you can actually follow for the rest of your life. Now, aside from those two things, what you need to do to actually create a lasting change and to prevent weight regain is you need to stop beating yourself up over every little slip up that you make. And I'm serious about this. You need to stop doing that right now. A common scenario is that someone starts the journey, they put so much pressure on themselves to be perfect, that everything goes the way they plan. And then the first slip up comes up and they go black and white, all or nothing. Oh my God, I ate that extra cookie. It's extra 30 calories, extra 100 calories, extra 300 calories. That means the whole day is over. Now the day turns into a whole weekend is over. Let's start fresh on Monday. Then Monday turns into the next one. A month later, they just lost a lot of progress and they're wondering what happened because they were never really in that rational state of mind where they're able to properly reflect back, analyze the situation, learn from it, and then move on fast. That's what a rational person would do, but not if you have that negative self-talk, if you're beating yourself up. And we are really harsh on ourselves, much harsher than it would ever be with a friend or someone we know trying to get lean. And success is not all or nothing. Being a perfectionist, thinking black and white, will keep you stuck for a very long time, losing the same body fat over and over again. And every single time you're gonna regain it. And you don't have to be perfect to get amazing results. It's not about what you do once in a while that makes you who you are. It's about what you do consistently. So eating one pizza is not gonna make you overweight. Same as eating one salad is not gonna make you shredded. If you wanna be shredded, you need to hit the like button. Everybody knows that. So you need to keep things in the right perspective, and you wanna use lessons that you learn from your mistakes to help you form those habits and then allow those habits to get stronger over time. Now, speaking of time, this brings me to my third point. We live in a culture that really values intensity. That means training every single day, taking every set to failure. That means losing 20 pounds in a month. That means doing all of that while sleeping only 5 hours a night. And don't get me wrong, work ethic is essential. And if you want to get exceptional results, you will have to work really, really hard. And I don't see anything wrong with that. But 15 years from now, when you look back at you getting to 12% body fat, will you care that it happened in 6 months or 8 months? Will you even remember how long it actually took you? If you want to do this the right way, my philosophy is to commit to consistency first and intensity later. The way I see it, consistency enables you to build habits, which makes the process easier over time, whereas intensity, if you focus on that first, you have a higher risk of burnout. You're going more aggressive, so there's more hunger, more cravings, more stress overall. So you're really stacking the odds against you. And the way I also see it is that consistency is your baseline, where you just keep moving forward no matter what, whereas intensity can come and go. Some periods of time you can commit and go a bit harder, other periods of time you go a bit slower, but at least you're moving forward. I run into so many people that are stuck with a very low calorie intake and they're not making progress because they can't stick with it. And when I ask them, why don't you increase calories by 5% and try that, or 10%? Maybe you can be more consistent with that. Yeah, you're not gonna get there as fast as you'd like, but at least you're gonna get there eventually. And a lot of people get uncomfortable because of that, because they feel like they're failing if they increase their calorie intake. Because it's almost like they would rather not get there at all if they can't get there in that hardcore way that they initially planned out, which is a really crazy idea. So if you're someone who has, let's say, 30 pounds to lose, I really suggest taking that 26 weeks, 30 weeks, really planning it out properly, being more rational, more patient with it, and you're gonna be really happy that you made that decision, because the process is gonna be much more enjoyable. You'll be able to sleep better, you're gonna have more muscle at the end of that, less hunger overall, and it's gonna really be more sustainable, because at the end of the day, it is about sustainability, it's about balance, because life, there's a lot of things happening at once, and we wanna make sure that we can balance things out and really do this the right way. What's gonna help you do that is making sure you hit that subscribe button below and enable notifications by hitting the bell icon. Details for coaching if you wanna work with me on the description below, and I'm gonna see you in my next video.